In the Arctic wild, where every breath feels like ice and the frozen world knows no end, we set out to conquer the cold in our self-built igloo. Sleepless nights filled with the howling of wolves in the endless dark. We fish for perch under the ice, cook our food over the fire, and find comfort in the cozy warmth of our igloo. But will this be enough?
We are in the middle of nowhere with our backpacks and the shovel to build a cozy igloo shelter. This is gonna be our spot, a tiny island in the middle of the lake, covered from the wind. So this is gonna be perfect. The snow quality at the moment is really bad for building an igloo. I mean, it's just pure powder. That's why we're gonna do like a big pile of snow and then later just dig into it. That's the only way to do it. So, let's get the digging started. We have a big snow shovel and a small camping shovel, so one has to pile up the snow and the other has to hit it with the small shovel to harden our pile up a bit, so our igloo won't fall on us later. That's what 1.5 hours of snow shoveling looks like. Yeah, we need a lot of snow. But luckily, we have a whole lake to get snow from. When building an igloo like this, make sure to really toss the snow into the air like that. The snow crystals will separate and then later hold and freeze together better. That makes a more firm structure. The only thing that's worrying me a bit is, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the ice is kind of bending down where the snow pile is. And while shoveling, you can always hear like really loud cracks. And sometimes you feel like, I'm gonna break into the ice now. So I don't know if we should keep going much longer than that, because I don't want to break into the ice and I don't want my igloo to sink down. But yeah. Just filmed. I would say that's how far we were gonna get with the igloo build for now. I'm just flattening up everything a bit with this small shovel, so it actually looks like an igloo. And yeah, Leah is just getting some wood so that we can start a fire, because it's very cold when you're not shoveling the whole time. It's always something very special to get a nice, cozy and warm fire going in the middle of the winter. It is slowly getting darker and darker, so I would say we'll sit a bit at the fire, warm up, and let our igloo freeze up overnight and come back tomorrow morning to start the real igloo build. Ta-da! It's a new day, so let's turn the snow pile into an igloo. We had a lot of strong warm winds overnight, so as you can see, some of the snow even melted because it was like plus 5 degrees. Today it's gonna be like minus 13 again, I think. So it's perfect for our igloo, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of slippery ice areas. And now you can even see the cracks of the ice all leading towards the igloo, and the ice really bending where the igloo is. So yeah, that's pretty wild. The snow pile is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm getting more and more exhausted. Ugh. I'm like a pure snowball. You may have noticed we're building a really shallow entrance. That's for the warm rising air on the inside to not go out through the entrance again, so it stays kind of warm inside. It shouldn't get too warm, especially when using a stove like we will. You should keep it at around like -6 to -1 degrees so the igloo won't melt. But yeah. We are also building a raised bed to stay away from the cold floor. Man, I am freezing out here. The snow inside the igloo is still pure slush. It's still really wet. But out here the wind is so cold, it at least feels like -20. And everything is wet and freezing. Like my gloves are just pure rock. I barely can move my fingers. I really have to go and warm up at the fire, which Leah is just making, because yeah, I'm not gonna make it much longer like that. That feels so much better. It's just amazing what a small fire can do.
I'm just getting some pine branches to cushion our bed.
Our igloo is starting to look really nice, but it still feels like something is missing. So I think I'm gonna give it a small window. Oh no! That's better. Now we only have to set up our tiny stove, and then our igloo already looks like a tiny house. The most important parts of the igloo are done now, but if we want to make it through this cold night, we have to get a lot of wood. And I mean a lot of wood. So that's gonna be the challenge before it gets really dark. The ice is cracking a lot today. That's because it's very cold again, and the temperature difference between the air and the water causes these cracks. And they're really loud today. I've never heard cracks this loud and this often.
We brought 2 sheepskins to isolate our bed. This is hopefully cozy enough.
I don't know if you heard that, but we have a whole wolf pack outside. They are howling and getting closer. Well, I hope not too close, but that's so sick. I'm so stoked. It's really cold and I'm kind of hungry, so let's make some fresh tea and hot bread with some honey over the stove.
So good.
Normally, you shouldn't be cooking inside your igloo, nor heating your stove as much as we are doing it right now, because you want to reduce moisture. And you should also leave most of your stuff outside to just keep it clean and dry inside. While we are in our cozy igloo, we have the most beautiful Nordic night sky outside. But it is very late and we should get some sleep. Well, try to get some sleep so we'll be ready to catch some perch tomorrow. Wow, what a morning! But what a hard, freezing cold night. It was just unbearable. Like, I was freezing the whole night, didn't sleep much. It's still minus 21 degrees right now. So happy the sun's back. Well, kind of back. Yeah. The goal for today is gonna be to catch some nice perch through the ice. I'm so excited for that. I hope someone's home today.
Anne, got one. Straw.
Gone.
Yeah.
They are here. Got one. Tiny perch. He can go back. Oh, he's gone. Let's hope there's some bigger ones down there. They're just right off the bottom.
Man off. Han är in the car. Got one. Oh, tiny, tiny, tiny.
The fishing went pretty well. We caught about 5 roaches and 10 perch. They were all pretty small though. But my GoPro and big camera died because it was too cold. I just had to warm up the batteries at the fire to keep filming. So that's pretty crazy. These days up in the north are just so short. Behind me, the sun is already setting again, which means we have to cozy up at the fire and cook some really delicious food. That feels so good. Whew.